All right, I'm going to talk a little bit about variables. So a variable is a symbol that can represent different values. It's also a location in memory that will store a value. Variables are used in every single programming language. They're one of the fundamental basic things you use in every language. So variables generally will store values, and there's the things that you do with variables are you declare them, you initialize them, and then you can change the values of the variables as you go along in your program. So the value of the variable changes as the program executes. So first, in declaring variables in JavaScript, you use the reserved word var. So you say var, the name of the variable, equal its initial value. So one thing to understand that the name of the variable should have meaning of what it's going to represent. So when we're using the draw loop in Khan Academy and using moving pictures, we use X and Y, but these can be any names here. It doesn't have to be X and Y, but we use X and Y because we're modifying kind of the X coordinate and the Y coordinate. But let's say I'm writing a banking application, I can have variable names such as principal, interest, balance. Or if I'm writing a math program, I can have variable names like sum or product, operand. So the name of the variable should have some meaning. And then also initializing a variable is really important. So most of the time, you just initialize a numeric variable with 0. Or if you have initial values that you want to start with, that's what you would set them to. So for example, here I have 3 variables. A variable y, it has an initial value of 25. I'm going to put that in here. And then a variable x, initial value of 40. And a variable total, initial value of 0. All right, now as we execute, the values of the variables changes. So let's take a look how that works. Assignment of a variable happens when you have the name of the variable on the left side of the equation and something on the right side of the equation that's going to change the variable. So we do calculations and then we store the value in the variable. So let's take a look at this first one, x equals x plus 1. So right now the value of x is 40. So 40 plus 1 is 41. So now we have 41 and we're going to put that in the x. 41 is a new value of x. The next statement here says total equals 300 plus 500 plus 200. That makes 1,000. So now we did the calculation, we're going to change the value of the variable total to be 1,000. So notice that these variables are losing these initial values. And as the program executes, you have to consider how the variable is changing. The next one says total equals x plus y. So x plus y is going to be 66, and that's the new value of total. So 66, and now I change the value of total. It goes from 1,000 to 66. One important thing here is notice x and y didn't change at all. They remain the same. It's only the variable name on the left side of the equation that gets changed. And the final equation says x equals x plus 5. So x equals 41 right now. 41 plus 5 would be 46. So I'm going to change the value here to 46. So there's just some examples of how variables change and assignments and declaring variables.